babies, forgive the sound of the day. Let us have a conversation. Last video was, I asked myself a question, like, what can I do right now to not be frustrated? And since I couldn't sleep, and I had already been 3 hours of me just staring into the abyss and moving left and right, you know, trying to allow my brain, allow my mind to build all scenarios. Because when all scenarios are kind of like, let's just say, explored on a micro level, then I'll be able to, at the very least, see what a next experience like the one I had would look like. So in full recording, understanding, the worst kind of things that throw you off balance are the things that really don't come from you. Let's say that. I wanted to do a video around a note that I did, but I imagined I kind of might explain something to myself in order to rebuild the experience that I thought I had, or that I thought I could be handled, or that I thought I could do, or I thought I'm able to interact with. I don't know. I really felt targeted. I felt anything I do would come out as nothing I would do would make me like come out of it as a winner, or at the very least as not necessarily how I was being portrayed. And it was a social event. I was minding my business at a coffee shop, and literally, I don't know what people do in coffee shops. People talk to each other all the time. So I was having a conversation with somebody, and ultimately, I had a conversation with her, and we agreed on many things when it comes to the area and where we are. That didn't sit well with the staff, I guess, and that didn't sit well with the owners. And the way they approached me was a bit more like, "We're not going to tell you to fuck off, but if you need anything, talk to us." And so I think my biggest issue was that I tried to take the time and justify myself and explain what happened. I think I was naive enough to think it was a misunderstanding, right? There was a full intention behind approaching me, and it was not an inquisition. It was more like, "Hey, what are you going to do?" Of course, in these situations, when you feel challenged, how do you fight back? Uh, Violence is not the answer, and it's a stupid answer, in all honesty. I get it. Like, it's just a stupid answer. Aggression is also like a stupid answer. But again, actually trying to answer is also stupid, because you really would have to kind of like design a different layer of your own self in order to be able to like handle this. Right? When somebody makes a decision towards their attitude, the process, I don't know, it's a power trip, dude. And for the first time in a while, I felt very naive when it comes to basically like just being myself, then I remember that I don't really give a fuck. So why did it bother me? And it came down to many things. Like I was misunderstood, which is normal, but I was misunderstood with malice, right? Like people, there's a difference between misunderstood me or approaching me as if I did something malicious. And again, it was stupid. It was like sharing an opinion with the staff members because they asked for it. It's like somebody asking you for feedback, and the minute you give it to them, they get upset and they take it personally. I get it. I fucking get it. It happens all the fucking time. But again, the idea is for us to reflect on an experience and handle it differently. And all night yesterday, my brain just, my mind just, I remember like literally in my head go like, okay, at one point I was like, just what are the scenarios that you can actually go through? That makes sense, right? Because like, and I limited myself to like, this happens, they respond, this happens, okay, they respond, and that's it. By the third step, I'm just kind of like creating scenes that, who knows? It's a different experience for later. The idea is you kind of have like, you have set actions that are pre-prepared. Like when they came to talk to me, and I was like, oh, sure, please, like, welcome. And that was my response. It was not at all suspicious that anything might go wrong or anything was there. And when she asked, I was very confident about responding with the truth. And that seemed to be a mistake that people would do socially, right? I did not follow what the end goal was around the shismo, around the interaction. I kind of thought they were trying to get to know me or get to know a customer that kind of like had some feedback or some shit to do, right? And so it was a very targeted approach that I handled poorly by by replaying what happened, highlighting the conversations that happened, re-explaining every single thing and where it went. And in truth, it was handled poorly because I was naive. That was the giving them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe I'm not sure. But if I were to take this as an experience and I were to kind of like look at the different structures that were there, the best I would have done is be like, yes, how can I help you? Because I have no idea. And then she would say something, and she would tell me what she told me. I'd assume, regardless of the attitude she gave, right? And I would have like responded with, or I should have responded with, noted. Anything else? And that was it. I should have been a dick with her. Like it just happened to be a chick, right? I don't fucking care if it's a dude the next time. Should have been a dick by agreeing, accepting what she has to say, and telling her to move on and live her life, and that's it. I got the message. Maybe even asking, like, would you rather I do something different? Would you rather, like, do you want me to not come here anymore or something like this? It's a public coffee shop, right? Maybe I would kind of like throw one of those suggestions, as in, like, what's your end goal here? Because I asked that many times before. But throughout the conversation, like, the story started getting a lot more spices were added to the story, and I was like, bro, what are you doing? Just creating a scenario now. But anyways, so the better way I could have handled that was genuinely. But I think the bigger issue is the fact that I made myself very available to that space. Like, fuck, you like a place, you go there like a couple of times a week. Suddenly, everyone's your friend. Where I feel I do the same thing. Kind of like I have conversations with everyone. Second thing, though, instead of allowing an interaction to move, I set the pace. And the best way to set the pace is to, I don't want to say respond accordingly, but engage accordingly. I mean, beyond that, that's the best way I could actually like not put myself in a position that's awkward and weak. And like ultimately, like again, like I was very suspicious that what she was talking about was a lie. Because she kept adding, and this happened and that happened, and I was like, what the fuck, man? I haven't interacted with that many people in that place. Like, no, you're on something. So like putting myself in a position like that, I accepted what she had to say. I should have just been like, okay, you said what you had to say. Anything else? Thank you very much. Like actually giving myself like some space to respond to her attitude instead of respond to what she was saying. And that is beautiful. I feel that's a better way to resolve an experience. Don't get me wrong, like a fuck ton of scenarios went in my head. But at the very least, like I feel right now there's kind of like, those transparent boundaries. And I don't want to say boundaries because they bound you, but those transparent kind of like layers that you kind of cross when it comes to people or when it comes to like interactions. There's always kind of like, we're closer or something. And I feel like there's one beyond this world that has just been added. It's a fucking shame, man, but people are, I don't know, I want to say ridiculous. All right, that's the video. Thank you very much, everyone. I love you.